Hi, I'm Rick Green. I have ADHD. Although I made an earlier video, I've made a bunch of videos, but there was a comment that said you don't have the inattentive type or any of the ADHD subtypes. And I wasn't sure if that's all it said, and I wasn't sure if the person was commenting on the video about the I don't know what it was. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting comment if I took it the wrong way, in that I don't have it, because in those early days after I was diagnosed, I didn't think I really had ADHD. Then I read a little more, or some of the symptoms, or one of the ways it shows up. The symptom list is kind of dry, but oh yeah, I do that. Tags on the shirt, that's physical hypersensitivity or whatever, but tags on my shirt, itchy socks, whatever. So I oscillated between, oh my God, this is amazing. This is what I have. This explains everything. No wonder, if only I'd known sooner. And also, nah, you're just looking for an excuse. And of course, for people who knew me and knew that I'd had success or some success, they often said, you can't have ADHD, you're successful. And I've had some successes, but in my mind, I wouldn't say I'm particularly successful. Anyway, there's this oscillating between, well, if you're successful, you can't have it. But there are some very, very successful people who have ADHD. And if you've seen the documentary, ADD and Loving It, there's a section where we show like 15 very famous public figures who have come out about their ADHD. There's a lot of fields where we can do really well if we know what's going on and we figure out ways to harness it and use it, and then look at all the stuff we don't do well and hire an agent, hire somebody else to do those things for us. Very successful. We have successes, but we don't necessarily feel successful. All these television shows I've done, all of the stage shows I've done, all of these things that I've created or co-created, I never did anything on my own. You're always working with other people, whether you're in television or theater. Well, sorry, that's a topic for another video. But I struggled a lot, and nobody got to see it because I was home alone, struggling, writing. And when a television season ended, and we had 4 months before we found out whether the network was going to renew us, well, that's when you start working on other proposals. And I'd be kind of exhausted from the season. It would take me 2 or 3 weeks, and then I figure I should do something, and I'd start some proposals. I'd end up with 15 proposals. Great idea. And then run out of steam, take them to a meeting with a production company. They're interested, and then I wouldn't follow up on it. And then luckily the show would get renewed, and I'd be onto that again and busy. But every winter, crash, struggling. It was ugly. It wasn't fun. In and out of depression at points, anxiety. I know. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. I'll see if it gets saved in the edit by my wife. She's great. All right. So thanks for listening. Like, share, comment, and become a patron. I can only make videos if we have patrons to support us, because it takes a bit of money to not just produce the videos, but all of the other stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Like the sign, that was a couple of thousand.